Good day everyone, welcome to our webinar. Today we're about to discuss the employees' rights and benefits and how they can manage their expectations about work. So why do you need to know your rights and benefits as an employee? The main reason is so that there is no way other people can abuse you. Being knowledgeable about it may get you out of trouble because you know how to fight for them. In the working industry, there are many people who likes to take advantage of other people simply because they have realized those people doesn't know about their rights. There were instances wherein the employers were the ones who takes advantage of their employees. Some may not be paying for overtimes and are not giving the required breaks or meal times. Some may not be paying the employees government mandated benefits such as Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, SSS, and etc. When it comes to expectations about work, the one set by the employer and the expectation the employees have for themselves will determine how the employees will perform. For the further discussion about the said topics, let's welcome our first speaker, Ms. Julie Rosa Azucena.
Thank you, Sab. And good morning, everyone. My name is Julie Rosa L. Azucena, and I will be your next speaker. And we are going to tackle about the basic rights of the workers when it comes to their workplace. All right. And the first rights that we must know is about the equal work opportunities for all. Meaning, when we say equal opportunities or equal work opportunities for all, we are talking about the female and male workers. And we are entitled, of course, to equal compensation for work of equal value and to equal access to promotion and training opportunities. That discrimination against female workers are very unlawful. So that the state shall protect labor, promote full employment, provide equal work opportunity regardless of gender, race, or creed, and of course, regulate employee and employer relations. Alright. And then the next one is the security of tenure. So we must know that when it comes to security of tenure or our stay in a certain company, no employee can just be dismissed without any reason from work. Except, of course, if you commit a wrongdoing or a just cause or authorized cause meaning that it is not the fault of employee. It's just that the employer has having economic circumstance. And of course, before getting a dismissal in a certain company, we should have a process called due process. Meaning it is a agreement or understanding between the employer and the employee. And then the next one is the work days and work hours. So when we say work days, it refers to any day during which an employee is regularly required to work. Our presence to our work. And then when we say work hours, of course, it is the time that we are rendering actual work or when we are required to be on duty or to be prescribed at workplace. And our normal work hours is 8 hours. And this includes breaks or rest period of less than 1 hour but not and excludes meal periods which shall not be less than 1 hour. And then the next one, our weekly resting. This is very important. Every employee should know that we are entitled to have a day off of 24 consecutive hours after 6 days of work. And of course, it should be scheduled by the employer upon consultation with us, the workers. And then the next one, it is also very important. I think for me, this is the most important to know. our wage and wage-related benefits. When we say wage and wage-related benefits, it is the amount we are getting when we in exchange to our work, or when we in exchange for the task that we have done for our employer, or the service that we have rendered to our employer. And this includes the overtime, the night differential, our rest day, the holidays, and of course the 13th month pay. And then the next one is the payment of wages. It is very important to know for us employees when we are getting our payment. So, normally here in the Philippines, wages shall be given not less than once every 2 weeks or twice within a month at intervals not exceeding the 16 days. Here in the Philippines, normally, the employees are getting their payment, they're getting their wages every 15th and 30th of the month. Alright. And then the next one is the employment for women. For the employment of women, when it comes to night work prohibition, unless allowed by the rules, in industrial undertakings, it is from 10 o'clock in the evening to 6 in the morning. And when it comes to commercial or non-industrial undertaking, it is from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. While for agricultural undertakings, at night time, unless given not less than 9 consecutive hours of rest. While welfare facilities must be installed at the workplace, such as seats, separate toilet rooms, lavatories, and dressing rooms. And of course, prohibition against discrimination with respect to pay. For example, equal pay for work of equal value. The promotion, training, opportunities, study, and scholarship grants. Women are entitled for all of the things that I have mentioned. And then the next one is the employment of children. For the employment of children, the minimum employable age is 15 years. So a worker or a child below 15 years of age should be directly under, of course, the responsibility of their parents or their guardians. And the work should not interfere to their schooling or their normal development. And no person below 18 years of age can be employed in hazardous undertaking or dangerous undertaking. And then the next one is the safe working conditions. Okay, for the safe working conditions, we workers, we are entitled that our employers must provide us with every kind of on-the-job protection against injury, sickness, or death through safe and healthful working conditions. Many of the jobs, or there is no jobs that is not hazardous or dangerous. Even you are working in a secluded area, right? For example, in an office, there could be a danger also inside the office. So, we are entitled for a protection against every danger in our workplace. And then the next one is the right to self-organization and collective bargaining. When we say right to self-organization and collective bargaining, it is all about we are entitled to form or join a legitimate workers organization. When we say legitimate workers organization, it is about association or union of a inside the company. So we have the right to choose on our own if we are going to, if we wanted to join a certain organization, and it should be legitimate. And every member or an employee is eligible for membership in an appropriate union on the very first day of their employment. And then the next one, of course, or the last one, is the employment compensation for work-related contingencies. When we say employment compensation, it is a program to exempt the tax of the employees and their dependents created under the Presidential Decree number 626, which was implemented in March 1975. And the benefits include medical benefits for sickness or injuries. Also, there is disability benefits, rehabilitation benefits. We also have death and funeral benefits, and of course, the pension benefits. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. That's all for the basic rights that we must know for the convenience of our presence inside the company. And I am going to introduce you our next speaker, Miss Micah. Thank you so much guys. You have a good day.
Employee benefits in the Philippines, wage and compensation benefits. These consist of employee minimum wage, overtime pay, premium pay, night shift differential, 13th month pay, separation pay, and retirement pay. First is employee minimum wage. This is the minimum amount of remuneration that an employer is required to pay wage earners for the work performed during a given period, which cannot be reduced by collective agreement or individual contract. The purpose of minimum wages is to protect workers against unduly low pay. So this is the list of the employee minimum wage. In NCR is 537 pesos effective November 22, 2018. In Cordillera Administrative Region is 300 to 320 pesos. In Region 1 is 256 to 310 pesos. In Region 2 is 340 pesos. In Region 3 is 393 to 400 pesos, while in Aurora is 339 pesos. In Region 4A in GCA or Growth Corridor area, which rapidly urbanizing or industrializing part of the region is 325.50 to 400 pesos. In EGA or Emerging Growth Area, these are areas that are rural or agricultural resources is 317.50 to 344 pesos. In RBA or resource-based area has 317 to 327 pesos. In Region 4B, establishment with 10 workers or above is 290 pesos, while in establishments with less than 10 workers is 247 pesos. In Region 5, upon effectivity is 305 for establishments with 10 or more employees, while for establishments with less than 10 workers is 295 pesos. In Region 6 is 365 pesos. In Region 7, 366 pesos. In Region 8, 305 pesos. In Region 9 is 316 pesos. In Region 10, in Category 1 is 338 pesos. In Wage Category 2 is 331 pesos. Category 3 is 323 pesos. In Category 4 is 304 pesos. In Region 11, upon effectivity is 370 pesos. In Region 12 is 311 pesos. In Region 13 is 305 pesos. In ARMM is 280 pesos. Second is overtime pay. The employee who renders service beyond the schedule indicated in the contract will be given additional compensation equivalent to its regular wage, including at least 25% premium. What is premium pay? A premium pay is an overtime pay for rest days and official holidays. Employees shall be paid an additional compensation from the rate of the first 8 hours on the holiday or rest day plus at least 30%. And there are three types of premium pay. First is the regular holidays. These refer to fixed dates like Christmas Day, Independence Day, or New Year's Day. However, National Heroes Day and Holy Week are considered the regular holidays despite changing dates. Second is the special holidays, also known as special non-working holidays. They fall on flexible dates depending on the circumstance. Examples are Saint Summit, or regional events like festivals or class suspensions. So, mangyayari lang na special holiday siya kung i-declare ng president or ng LGUs depende sa depende sa part ng region. Third is the double holidays. This is a rare occurrence wherein a regular holiday and a special holiday fall on the same day. Example is President Rodrigo Duterte declared August 21, 2018 as special non-working because of the Idul Adha and a regular holiday, the Ninoy Aquino Day, at the same time. Fourth is the night shift differential, also known as the night shift fee. It applies to employees who work between 10 o'clock p.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. An additional 10% premium is applied for every hour at work. The following are 8 types of national shift differential. First is the night shift on an ordinary day. So, ang computation is per hour rate multiply 10% times to 8 hours. And ganun din sa ibang araw. On a rest day, a regular holiday, on a special holiday, on a double holiday, on a regular holiday plus rest day, on a special holiday plus rest day, on double holiday plus rest day. So per hour rate multiply by the additional percent per holiday, then multiply by night shift differential, which is 10%, multiplied by 8 hours. Fifth is the 13-month pay. The 13-month pay is often mistaken as the Christmas bonus, but technically, it's a monetary bonus mandated by law. The Christmas bonus is only a voluntary gesture from the employers. According to the law, the 13-month pay is given either in two installments, May and December, or in full before December 14. So, yung hindi lang makakatanggap ng 13-month pay is kung fully paid na commission yung natatanggap ng employee. Separation pay are also part of the labor code and is given to employees terminated from the company. The only exception are those terminated because of misconduct or crime involvement. There are two types of separation pay. First is the half-month pay per year of service. So, binibigay ito kung ang separation from the service ay dahilan na ang kumpanya ay bigla ang magsara. Ang isang dahilan nito, halimbawa, ay na-bankrupt. And then the second one is the 1 month pay per year of service. So, binibigay naman ito kung separation from the service ay bigla ang nagbawas ng worker ang isang kumpanya. And the retirement pay. Upon the age of 60 years or more, an employee who has served at the establishment for at least 5 years may be granted a retirement pay equivalent to at least 1/2 month of salary for every year of service. A fraction of at least 6 months is considered as one whole year, with a minimum retirement pay is equal to daily rate multiply by the days ng pasok multiply by the number of years in service.
Okay, so other than the wage and compensation benefits, employees' benefits include leave benefits as well as the mandatory government contributions. So let's talk first about the leave benefits. For the leave benefits, Article 95 of the Labor Code says that an employee who has worked for a year is entitled for 5 service incentive leave with full pay. So these can be used for vacation leave or sick leave. So other than the service incentive leave, there is also called parental leaves. Um, there are three types of parental leaves. One is the maternal, second is the paternal, and then the solo parent leave. So under the maternal leave, any pregnant woman employee who has worked with a company for at least 6 months will be granted maternity leave for at least 2 weeks prior to the due date. That is expected date of the delivery, and 4 weeks after normal delivery or miscarriage. Also, for the second one, for the paternal leave, the RA number 8187 or Paternity Leave Act of 1996 grants 7 days of fully paid leave for married fathers. Also, for solo parents, solo or single mothers and fathers have 7 days leave with pay for every year of service on top of other leave privileges, for example, maternity or paternity leaves. So the third one for the leave benefits, we also have the special leave benefits for women. So this is specific for women as well. There are two types. One is the Magna Carta for women. This entitles women who underwent surgery due to gynecological disorders to 2 months leave with full pay, as stipulated in RA 9710 or the Magna Carta of Women. This applies to employees who have rendered at least 6 months of service with the company. Second, under the special leave benefits for women is the leave for women and their children who are victims of violence. Victims of violence against women as stipulated in RA 9262 or the Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004 are entitled to 10 days leave with full pay. So the fourth leave is the bereavement leave. We also have this is a 3 days additional time off from work to mourn for the death of immediate family members, such as the mother, the father, siblings, and children. It must be noted that this is not a paid leave. The fifth one for the leave is de minimis benefit. These are either relatively small amounts of money or leave credits that are optional for employers to grant. Example are calamity leave, rice subsidy, transportation, clothing, laundry allowance, daily meal allowance, other goods that are not monetary. Okay? So next, for the benefits, aside from the leave, as I stated earlier, is the mandatory government contribution. As everyone knows, this includes SSS contribution or the Social Security system. So the Social Security system serves as an insurance program set by the government for all wage earners from the private institutions. The counterpart of government employees is GSIS. So Social Security system is for private institution, and its counterpart, as I stated earlier, is the GSIS. That is for government employees. So members are required to contribute a certain amount depending on their salary bracket. Other than the Social Security system, we also have, or the employees should also have PhilHealth. This serves as a health insurance program for private employees providing financial aid and services privilege for health care. PhilHealth has removed the previous salary bracket, creating a new condensed constitution table or contribution table rather, with 10,000 as the salary floor and 40,000 as the ceiling. So the computation starts with 2.75% of the basic salary per month, and the payment is shared by the employer and the employee. The third one is Pag-ibig, also known as the Home Development Mutual Fund or HDMF. Pag-ibig is another form of national savings program and the financing office for affordable shelter. Again, the total contribution is shared between you and the employer. Also, it means that it's within the employee and the employer. The highest compensation per month subject to Pag-ibig contribution is 5,000. And it means that the employer and the employee will pay 100 pesos each as the maximum contribution. Pag-ibig lets you have the following benefits: housing loan, multi-purpose loan, calamity loan, and secure savings. Other than that, we also have the four kasambahay or household helpers wage orders. So, house helpers are not included in the above list as a more specific law in a place under the Republic Act or RA number 10361 or Domestic Workers Act. A minimum monthly salary of 2,500 applies to house helpers in NCR, 2,000 in chartered cities and first-class municipalities, and 1,500 in other municipalities. The kasambahays are also entitled to other leave benefits such as the 13-month pay, 5 annual SIL, and rest day. However, government-mandated insurance program like SSS, PHealth, and Pag-ibig have specific computations of contribution provided by the law. So, whether you're looking for a job or already employed, you must be aware of your rights from the company aside from the responsibilities you signed for. After all, a person works to get an income and these employees benefits.
Good day, everyone. For the last topic for today's presentation is about how to manage the expectations of the employees. Managing expectations. First, let's define expectations. An expectation is the thought or belief that something will occur. As an example, hindi na ako lalayo pa. Um, as we about to graduate to our 4-year course degree, some of us expecting to find and have a job that is aligned to our degree, which is psychology. And some of us are expecting to find and have a job that have a better job opportunity. Expectations can be found all around us. Organizations and managers have expectations of their employees, and employees have expectations of their employers. These expectations are in the form of psychological contracts. The psychological contract is an unwritten mutual agreement between an employer and an employee about their respective roles. When the psychological contract is met, um, the employees are more engaged and happy and confidence about their job. They are really motivated to do their assigned tasks. And when the psychological contract is not met or not fulfilled, um, it can lead to absenteeism, conflicts, poor job performance and staff turnover, or frustration. That's the first thing that an employee will feel if his or her expectations uh, did not met by an employer or an organization. What drives your employees? Your employees are your foot soldiers, but they will only fight for you if they think that you're meeting their needs. Unhappy employees can cause you huge problems. Negative attitudes can spread through an office just as quickly as positive ones. Employee engagement is now an essential ingredient for success and growth. Some organizations have struggled to achieve that engagement, but the solution is quite simple. Effective communication. So, how to communicate around employee expectations? The future of employer-employee relationships is about mutual benefit and a fair value exchange. So listen to your people as you do to your customers. Outside the workplace, we're all customers and we expect a certain level of customer service. Your workforce expects that same level from you. Employees are not simply cogs in a machine. Think of them as your internal customers and pay them the same attention. Use the same customer experience thinking and structures to tap into their hearts and minds. Employees' expectations. Every employee is unique and expectations may differ from employee to employee. Each employee holds some basic expectations of their employer. These basic employee expectations include safe working condition, adequate training, policy, communication, and paychecks to be correct and on time. So, kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, kapag ang expectations ay na-met, the employee will be happy and more eager or more motivated to do their task. So, so let's look at these things that you can put in place to meet your people's expectations now and in the future. Number one, clearly define the role of each employee. From the very first job interview to their first day at work, you should be direct and honest with the employee about the responsibilities and challenges their job comes with. Discuss in detail the physical and or mental demands, the work environment and potential stressors they should be prepared for. Clearly state to the new employee exactly what your expectations are and make sure to repeat them over and over as you orient and onboard them into their new job. You also need to have these honest discussions about expectations when the employee takes on a new role in the company, when where they are moving up, down, or sideways in your organizational structure. For example niyan is from a personal experience na naranasan ng kapatid ko, which is nagtrabaho siya sa isang manufacturing company, and then ang job description niya ay tagger, or sometimes um, taga or tagatingin kung may sira ba yung damit na binebenta ng kumpanyang yon. So, um, graduate kasi yung kapatid ko ng 2 years IT course. So that time kasi inaantay niya um, yung diploma niya para makapaghanap ng trabaho. But, nung nalaman nung admin na marunong siyang mag-encode, um, pina imbis na dun siya sa may manufacturing facility dun siya nilagay sa office to encode. Sabi naman niya, okay naman daw yung company nila, okay naman. Pero yung sahod niya kasi is pang um, mababa compare dun sa mga kagaya niya na nag-e-encode din dun sa company na yon. So, yon. Next is provide training and development. Your people want to be challenged. They want to be given the trust, respect, and responsibility for taking their own decisions. They want more control over their careers. So consigning them to a cubicle or micromanaging them will simply alienate them and they likely leave. Another tip is that um, ask your employees for feedback on your managerial performance too. Continuous improvement is something that everyone can embrace. Number 3, provide a personalized experience. Employee need a boss um, who really care about them, not just their sheets, not just their time sheets. Halimbawa nito yung di ba, before silang maging manager or mapunta dun sa mataas na posisyon na yon, una is naging empleyado muna sila eh. Bali, lahat tayo nagsisimula sa scratch. Sa pinakasimula, wala pang masyadong alam, nalilito, nagkakamali, ganyan. So, as a employer, you should take care of your employee. Next is offer more support and recognition. Show your appreciation to your team members, especially when they've gone the extra mile for you or your colleagues or have delivered excellent performance. Rewarding your team to pick up creative tips and suggestions for recognizing people's efforts and achievements. It's a virtuous cycle. If your team members know that their hard work or great ideas are appreciated and rewarded, even if it's with a simple thank you, then they will continue to give you their best. Number 5, create a collaborative and inspiring culture. In general, most people, but particularly millennials and flexible and remote workers, want to feel part of a creative, collaborative team. They want to feel included and engaged. Every culture will be different, but all will require top down support and encouragement. Ask your employees about their needs, what's working and what's not. You likely see how joint problem solving and sharing of insight and perspectives can boost your bottom line. The next thing is be more transparent. Employees want to get to know you. They want to work for a company whose values match their own. Times are un- Times are uncertain and fast moving, so it's never been more vital to keep your employees informed and reassured. Leaders must engage with their people. The future is about open communication. You don't want a fractured team or office air thick with tension. Honesty will lead to trust, and trust will help you unearth problems quicker. Next, number 7, allow for more involvement and creativity. Employees want the chance to express themselves creatively. They want a connection to what your organization is doing. So involve them. Make it less about rules and more about shared goals and vision. Number 8, offer more flexibility at work. People don't want to feel like they're failing at work because they have children to take care of or need a more convenient working schedule. So, kapag kasi, so yun nga, according to sa isang study, almost 1,400 employees and managers in the UK revealed that 54% of workers felt productive through flexible working and 74% felt more satisfied in their roles. Balance work life. Create a safe space for failure. Employees who trust that their failures will be met with constructive feedback and support are more likely to think creatively, work outside the box, and come up with innovative solutions to problems. It's important to foster a sense that you succeed and fail together as a team so that no one is thrown under the bus. If people are too busy worrying about losing their job to take chances, you'll never get their best work out of them. Lastly, number 10, provide strong leadership and a clear vision. The captain must steer the ship.
If leadership doesn't know where a project or company is headed, how can the employee know? This isn't just about action steps or deli- deliverables either, but a clear vision of the department or company's future that you can communicate to your employees. The best employees feel more confident when they feel that someone is steering the ship